And what I was listening to was this whole drama with a channel called Flock. That shows you how much attention I was paying.
MXR?
Uh, no, Dan Plan. That's it.
Who?
I have no idea what that is.
Ah, well, apparently there's some big like drama happened with that where that he was basically a shitty person.
That's
Oh.
not hard to find on YouTube.
Not
Yeah.
surprising.
Yeah,
I just
Keemstar,
know if I
Vegan
read that name.
Games, the Pauls, T-Series. What were you talking about?
What? Some damn plan drama. It was just for whatever reason.
Yeah, they have a lot of
YouTube
drama.
Decided to play that.
There was some recent drama where like this MXR channel was I think it's debatable whether or not it was actually extortion or not. But basically this company called Jukin Media, which kind of just like pays people to protect the copyright of their video segments and memes, was charging them like thousands of dollars because they accidentally used a piece of their like one of the things they have the copyright for. I think they go through like Instagram or Facebook or something and watch memes on like a Reacts video. And I don't really like Reacts videos to begin with, but it's like for each clip they were like trying to charge them like $1,500 when the license costs them like 50 or 60 bucks.
Ooh.
And they paid them once before, and then almost immediately after paying them, Jukin Media hit them with like a $6,000, like telling them to pay $6,000, and they thought the reason they did that was because they paid them once before. But yeah, as a result, whenever Jukin Media tries to reach out to a creator to try and get their segment, they get bombarded by people saying they're scam artists, and they treat people terribly. And so, to my knowledge, they haven't been able to get any more, I guess, video segments.
That's
I'm
good.
not. No, I will say, you know, copyright is copyright, but I don't really like that kind of business where it's you take hold of a meme or like a Vine video, which isn't something that's meant to be copyrighted.
It's really interesting because, like, since, like, we're kind of, like, in a new, like, technological revolution and all of these, like, non-currencies and industries are popping up where it's, like, all this stuff that has no
All of it is made up anyway.
Yeah, exactly. But it's, like, reaching a level of corrupt...
That's the thing. That's the thing I don't understand when people say, oh, it takes time to implement shit. Well, why? Just completely change. Why don't we just completely break down society and create a new one? Done. All problems solved. Done.
You sound like my
Solved.
brother.
Solved everything.
My brother, he's like, I want to abolish the government. I'm like, okay, how are you gonna do that? And he's like, the government should be abolished. Like, you don't.
How are you
really
going
have
to
a plan
replace
for
the
that.
government? How
Yeah,
is
and
the
he's like,
government that
"That's
you
not my
replace it
concern."
with gonna run?
Order.
Gotta get out of here.
Plus,
Gotta get out of here, Raven left.
what'd you expect from her?
Establish a new republic, a world order.
Now you're sounding like the Jews. I keyed.
I like died for a second,
Wow.
but now we gotta go for real.
I thought you were running from the new order.
Oh,
I realized you were part of the problem.
Hey, what did we just run through?
I don't know.
I gotta get out of here. I gotta get out of here.
Oh wait, we can. No, we can't. Okay, well, we're guessing We're guessing diamond is the next one.
Oh. Diamonds are forever. But marriage is not.
And then hex.
I also never understood what people who freak out about ring size. It's like, alright, so that's the symbol of your love, but in 4 months you're gonna get divorced. Wow. Go ahead, he spent $1 million on a big ring for you. That really is a symbol of love, right?
Hold on. I would like to say, to be fair, most of the time when you see a high divorce rate, it's the same people getting divorced. Like, it's a person gets married and divorced like 10 times in a year. It's not.
I think a lot of people get divorced.
Yeah, there's a lot of them, but a lot of times they get married and
Like,
divorced multiple
a
times.
lot. Right, but there's
It's
a lot
not.
of
It's
people
not like
that
it's just of all the people who are getting married.
I'd say it's 1 in 3 at least.
What is the divorce rate?
It's gotta be 1 in 3. At least in the
Per
least
1,000
in, like,
married women is
post-industrialized.
16.9.
married woman. What about guys? What's the overall?
Let's see. So, let's see. The marriage rate is 6.8 per 1,000. The divorce rate is 3.2 per 1,000. So about half of the marriage rate per year.
6 point of 1,000.
The divorce rate
Wow.
for married women is 16.9. It's nearly double of the 1960s, but down from the all-time high of 22.6 in the early 1980s. 50% of all marriages in the United States will end in divorce or separation. Researchers estimate that
There we
41% of all first marriages, 60% of second marriages, 73% of third marriages. So yeah, it's the
So
as you
50%
get someone,
US.
but as someone has gone past their first
Right, but
marriage,
it's
they
still-
get divorced a whole lot more.
Right, but it's still really high.
There's a list of the top 20 here, and they don't have that much. Oh my God, Russia is 4.8 divorce rate.
We fuck, we drink, we marry, then we fuck another one. Is that how that goes? No hard feelings to Russia. I've never met someone who has lived
Professions
in
with the
Russia
highest
for
divorce
a long
rates:
time.
dancers, bartenders, massage therapists, gaming cage workers, gaming service workers. What the fuck is a gaming cage worker? Or a gaming
That's what I was just cage worker. What?
gaming cage worker? The fuck is a gaming cage worker? Oh, they count money at casinos.
Oh.
The lowest are farmers, podiatrists, clergy, optometrists, and agricultural engineers. You know, it really doesn't surprise me that much that dancers, bartenders, and gaming and service workers have high divorce rates, but massage therapists seems kind of strange to me. Law enforcement only has a 14%. That surprises me. Oh, you know what? That actually this kind of makes sense. It's got a split up, right? So about 39% of people who adults who make less than 20,000 will divorce. About 38% of baby boomers. About 38% of people who are aligned with a non-Christian faith. About 36% of African Americans, and about 37% of people who consider themselves liberal on social and political matters have the highest likelihood of ending in divorce. The lowest are 28% of Catholics, 26% of evangelicals, adults who are making more than 75,000 a year, 22% of them get divorced, 20% of Asians, and those who deem themselves conservative on social and political matters. Whoa, there's a divorce rate by ethnicity chart here. This is crazy.
Who has the lowest and who has the highest?
I'm gonna send this to you.
Guessing white people for highest.
I'm willing to bet black people have the highest. Yes.
Yeah, but isn't white don't? Isn't
Well,
white,
hold on,
like,
wait. I guess it
wait.
depends by age here.
Is there more? More? Are there more white people or more black people? Because Africa's a
in the
giant
United
continent.
States,
Oh, I'm just talking about in the world.
I believe this is in the United States, and I believe
I'm
white
talking
people
about the
because
world.
Asians are counted as white a lot.
But
Like a lot of times
Indians counted as
people say
Asian then?
Asians have white
'Cause-
privilege or whatnot, which
Yeah,
I
but
mean, white
Indians
privilege
are
is
Asian.
dumb to begin with, but you know.
Indians are Asian. They're not Caucasian at all.
Well, we know there's the most Asians.
Well, right.
Uh,
Asia definitely wins.
there's
It's
a lot of
been-
there's a lot of African countries, but they don't have extremely high populations. Let's see.
How
many people by
per ethnicity
ethnicity in the
in
world?
the world.
Demographics of the world. Okay, that just tells me the population.
Asia is 59.8% of current population distribution.
Shares the world population. Africa has
is
12.
higher.
It says here shares of the percentage population. Well, this is to.
Let's say Africa has 16.7%
Yeah.
of the world percentage in population. So there are some white people.
Well, hold on. For the white ones, you're
But there are
probably
also
going to
some
add.
black people in North America, so that
Yeah.
equals out. See, there's more black people than there are white people. Checkmate. That's why I've never quite understood the whole minority thing. Because if I went to Africa, then I would be a minority. But so I don't like minority. I think people should just be treated equally no matter who they are. Like, stop putting labels like minority or stuff
Not
like that,
here for United
because
States.
you might not, you're not a minority everywhere, and you're also not a majority everywhere. So why give a label to anything? Just treat everyone equally. Like, stop giving people labels. It's retarded. Well, I guess by calling people retarded, I'm giving them a label. It's quite hypocritical. Anyway, you understand my point. Like, stop caring about, like, stop proclaiming what you identify as, or if you're a minority or whatnot, you're equal. At least with me, I genuinely don't care. If you exist, you're equal to me. Now, you might be a piece of crap, and I might have no respect for you if you're just, but
Yeah, so almost.
or at
even
least
from
think
what
you'd
looks
still
like.
have human rights.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I'm saying it's dumb that we have terms like minority and stuff, because you're not
Yeah.
a minority everywhere.
Well, no, because it's the term minority and whatnot and all that stuff is used because people want to feel special. That's the
Right, it's
that's the
stupid.
reason why it's
Right?
there. That's the
Everyone
whole
should just be
victim
treated- Everyone
thing.
should just be treated completely equally, and there's no need for label.
Listen, that's not how the world works.
But it's simple. Like, who cares what you are? If the same people who proclaim that they don't care who they are, are
What's your
so
opinion of people who
fixated
hate
on
Baby
labels.
Yoda?
I think they're wrong. And I'd like to sit down to say why they can look at his cute, adorable.
He's
all of
ugly
him.
as fuck. Alex, come on.
All right.
You're
You're
slow.
still equal. You're still just not. You're just not
So
speaking with
slow.
logic. I wasn't on Destiny. I was on another screen.
Don't you have multiple screens? You could still read and walk.
No, I don't. We've been over this.
Why haven't you gotten another screen? I thought you've been
Because there's
over.
no need. When I'm gaming, I game.
Yeah, well, it's good to have Discord open.
I just have that open in the background.
Snake hits, snake hex. Heck, heck. Ah!
I know another thing that's been irking me lately.
What?
Is thinking about people who constantly say, "Oh, I wish I could just be myself," or they say, "Oh, you're so brave for being you." I was like, just be the change you want to see in the world. Normalize being yourself, and no one will ever think it's something odd to do.
Yeah, that's a good point. I don't get why people are like, oh,
Just
man, I can't be
normalize
me."
it, and it won't be a big deal. The reason you're making it a big deal is because you're not normalizing it even to yourself, but you're claiming that everyone needs to change that way.
Well, hold on. There are lines.
Be the
For
change
example,
you
like a
wanna see.
pedophile shouldn't be normal.
What? Oh, well, you know what I mean.
I feel like most people who say that
You have to
are
argue
the people
majority,
who
not
think
argue the
that like
minority.
smoking weed or drinking underage or that sort of stuff is a personality trait. You know?
That's just called being a teenager.
I don't do any of that. I don't think that's a personality trait.
Yes, or it's not a
Well, actually, no, I'm not a
personality
teenager anymore, am I?
trait. Being a teenager is just reckless behavior.
Alex, how old are you again?
I'm 19 still.
So you're still teenager. Fucking
I'm still a
noob.
Okay, boomer.
So sneaky snack. Snacky snacky snack. Snacky 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 snack. Snack. Sneaky snack. Snacky sneaky snacky snack. Snacky sneak. It's sneaky snack. It's a danger noodle.
So I'll be able to drink by the time Avatar 2 comes out. I'm gonna make a Avatar themed drink before seeing the movie. That way I can be a little tipsy when I see it, so that if it sucks, maybe it'll make it a little better.
I don't think you're allowed to go into movie theaters while you're drunk.
I said tipsy, not drunk.
Yeah, but I mean,
Although
Alex,
if I
let's
drink
be
yeah,
honest
if
here.
I drink one entire drink, I'm done.
Yeah, you're gonna pass out. Remember, Alex, part of the reason why I keep my light level at 969 is because it's nice.
Okay,
And because I haven't ran the raid at all to get any pinnacle gear.
there you go.
This season.
Is this still the same raid, or have they got a new one?
Same one.
Okay.
Honestly, I
It's
would.
not a
I
bad
don't
raid.
mind Garden of Salvation. It's a pretty fun raid, to be completely
Me neither,
honest.
but I just don't want to.
I just haven't played it in a bit. Clink, clink, clonk as I shuffle around. We've just done 11 of them, Alex. So,
He's going the distance.
yep.
He's going for speed.
Yeet. Yeet. Oh, that guy didn't die. Oh well.
Yay!
Teamwork.
Don't you dare close your
I should
eyes.
have kept a closer watch on you, brother.
Without 10 million firefly. Wait,
Tell
I'm
me,
safe standing here.
princess, when did your last sweat and heart?
You are cutting out so much. Hex,
That's my
snake,
favorite
plus,
video.
hex, snake, hex,
Oh.
plus.
I love that video so much.
What the hell? Hex, Alexander.
Hexagon, hexagon, hexagon. Octagon, octagon. No, it's hexagon. Hey, hexagon, hexagon.
I miss having anti-barrier rounds on my half-dan. That was nice. I hope one day they re-add the Arminus into this game. Or, well, add Arminus, because it wasn't in Destiny 2 ever.
One can hope for the Zarnady.
The half-dan is basically the Zarnea. I don't know what the fuck
It
you're
ain't.
complaining about.
What symbol are you going for?
Hex. So what do you think? Do you think Joe will actually commit to the Star Wars thing?
Probably not. I mean, it'd be nice if he can at least play from time to time. That's what I'm hoping on.
Yeah.
So I actually had an interesting concept. I want to know your opinion. So because of the essence of Star Wars and how I like to do campaigns, I like to really revolve the story around the players, which is why I have an overarching story when I DM. But unless I'm doing like a adventure that's meant to only last a few sessions, I don't really have like giant plans. I kind of make shit up from week to week. That means I have to write constantly. But I mean, I'm quick, I'm creative, and I like to do it. So I don't have problems spending that time, you know, like an hour a day doing that. But what I was thinking was, some people won't always be able to do, you know, the same time every week. So I was thinking maybe if people wanted to split off at any point, they could do another session during the week. Like I could do once a week a second session for some people, if they had the time and they wanted to do it. And that way more of the universe can be explored by people who want to do something specific and not have to go along with the group. Now, XP would always be the same with everyone, so you wouldn't like get any XP out of it, but
That's a bit of a bummer. Would they be able to, we be able to get like credits though? You know.
yeah,
like
you could
items?
get credits, you could get items, you can get, you know,
'Cause,
stories.
I mean, I'll always be
and
around for
explore
those.
the galaxy. Right, I know. That's why I figured, like, because example, like, you might want to investigate the Sith more than the others.
got it?
might. Yeah.
Well, I
The
mean,
others-
my character's sole goal right now is to gut the huts. So I mean,
Well, yeah, everyone's gonna be on top of that. That's already part of the introduction thing, actually. So that's covered. But something interesting I learned, and that you'll learn next week. I
That
learned
Hutts
something.
can be Jedis.
Oh no, I learned something interesting about the Hut lore. And this
You just
that
kind
I
of
did
munched.
not know before.
Did you know there's a planet that so there was like a Hutt Jedi at one point, and he went to like a planet with his fellow Jedi. I don't remember what they were
I think
doing
I
there,
saw that
but like,
video.
yeah, he just took over the planet, and then he like hid during Order 66 on the planet, and I don't know if anyone ever found him or not, or he just died.
Just training a bunch of young Hut younglings.
No, he was because Hutts are extremely rare to be Force sensitive.
Wow.
I'm not gonna
Hut
lie, I am kind of
younglings
hopeful
and
someone
Hutters.
chooses to play a Hutt as a race, because then as soon as the session starts, I'll have to roll to not gut them.
Kill them. Yeah.
They're like, oh, well, you're gonna die now.
Yeah, but I think doing like a second session a week.
You
just for
couldn't
people who
handle
wanna
it.
do like, I absolutely could. Now, it won't be long, but it'll allow like an hour to do something else in the universe. You know? And I would do it for only if like 2 people were doing it, or if like a character really wants to do something with their backstory, like something important to that character, then I would allow like a solo thing too.
So we got Clover plus Clover.
Clover Square.
That's not
Fuck
Clover
you,
squared.
S.
Clover plus Clover is
so-
Clover times 2, not Clover squared.
No.
Unless Clover is equal to 2.
No.
This is why you
Ignore
failed math.
I didn't fail.
You got damn close.
No. Not even close.
And how'd you
The
not know?
closest I got to failing in
How'd you not know
math
Clover
was
plus Clover
Calc 1.
would be
That was
Clover
the
times
closest
2?
I've ever gotten to failing. I got a B+. Calc 2, I got an A-. Statistics, I got an A. I don't remember what I got in Calc 3.
All I remember is I got a 4 on an AP Calc exam, and I don't have to take
Pretty sure
any
I got,
maths,
like, out
except
of
for
there B+,
stats. I
I
have to take
mine.
fucking stats.
Stats is the easiest math.
Well, it doesn't seem like it's that hard, but it's like I wish I didn't have to take
There's
the
a
class.
lot of rules. That's just really the biggest thing. There's a lot of like formulas to learn for different shit.
Well, the thing is,
Your
we have to do
stats
stuff
might
on
be
My Math Lab, which
more
means we have to input stuff online.
Oh, I'm aware.
Which
My
means you
math
have to
lab
do with
sucks.
the annoying decimal
Yeah, my
points that
math
make
lab
no
is
sense.
Really annoying. Or you have to do a certain amount of decimals.
You know what? I don't like.
Like
I don't like
certain
how
things, like-
no matter what, you're supposed to round up. So if you have 14.3 for like a class
Well,
width, you're supposed to make it
statistics,
15.
makes sense. Statistics, it makes a little more sense when you're trying to find certain things.
Clover plus Clover hex.
Like, if you're, like, I remember in statistics, we did a whole thing with, like, surveys, like, how many people would need to survey in order to find a, you know, a happiness rating of, you know, whatever. And, you need to find the number of people you'd have to survey in order to do that. Of course, you would round to the nearest whole person. And you always round up.
Fuck.
Are you shitting me? And why? Why do you do this to me? Why?
Did we determine if we were able to just exit out of this
I
and then
don't
redo
know,
it?
Just leave. I don't want to have to go through all over again. I think last time we did it, it just made us. It didn't actually like give us it. So.